welcome back to the Jersey History Series. This is episode 9. Today, the team we're covering is the Edmonton Oilers, and here is the current look for Edmonton. It's a very simple logo. You got a circle here. Enclosed is the letters Oilers with the letters dripping down to the bottom, and then you have an orange oil drop at the top. This logo has not changed much throughout their history, small tweaks here and there, and obviously this logo being tied to one of the greatest hockey players of all time, Wayne Gretzky, so it's very iconic throughout all of sports. And here are the logo for the Oilers when they come into the league. It's very similar, the blue being a slightly darker shade, and the Oilers coming into the league in 79-80. They moved over from the Western Hockey Association into the NHL. This would be their look till 85-86. Here are the jerseys debuted by the team coming into the NHL. White as the home jersey with some blue and orange striping on the sleeves and waist. Blue shoulder yoke with an orange outline. And then on the dark jersey, you had blue as the main color. Striping is the same, except you have some orange added to the bottom of the sleeves. They would also wear this patch on the jerseys that year to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the city of Edmonton. These are worn in 79-80. 80-81, the numbers become slightly taller on both the home and the away jersey. They also celebrate the 75th anniversary of Alberta, so a patch worn on one shoulder on each of the jerseys. 81-82 until 93-94, very long time here, the Oilers would change their color, the blue becoming much later more of a royal blue, as well as the numbers having an outline to them. A little bit of a different look there, and also that shoulder patch from the previous season is removed. And you notice there the Nike logo on the bottom of the jersey. The jerseys would actually have two different tags, so when Gretzky would wear his jersey, he would tuck one side in. So when making Gretzky's jerseys, the companies would put the logo on both sides just because they still wanted to get that promotion. Usually it'd be hidden by Gretzky, so they had to put it on both sides. So a cool little fact there. And during that time span, the Oilers would change over that color to their main logo, just that blue becoming a little bit lighter. And that's used from 86-87 to 95-96. And 95-96, the Oilers would get rid of the striping on the pants. Other than that, everything stays the same. 96-97 to 2010-11, the Oilers would rebrand their look. They would add new colors in, the new colors being now a dark navy, a copper, and red in the logo, and the logo itself staying the same, just having those new colors and a red outline put around it. And here are the jerseys used for that new season, 96-97. You could see navy taking over the base color on the dark jersey with the copper and white striping, and you can see closely there outlining that copper striping is that red, and then the home jersey having the same striping but using shoulder yokes. Also, we get a new shoulder patch introduced, and it's this guy pulling there, and he's got the stick in the background, the oil cog. It's a very cool design there. Definitely something interesting to use for a team with the name Oilers. And this home jersey here, very, very rare, as it was only used for one season. The next year, 97-98, the Oilers would get rid of the shoulder yokes on the home jersey, and that would be the only change that season. These are used until 2001. 01-02 to 06-07, the Oilers get their first alternate jersey in the team's history. This jersey having navy as the base, using a grayish silver and white, so none of the colors of copper, red to be found anywhere on this jersey. We also get two new logos designed by Todd McFarlane, a comic book creator, designing that oil cog logo there, the drop in the middle of it, and the 5 different ends of it to signify the 5 Stanley Cups. Oilers also get a shoulder patch on that one with the word mark Oilers and then that oil drop logo on the bottom there. And it's a pretty nice jersey, definitely was a hit with fans. At the time, they were kind of split between, if you loved or hated this jersey, but it's definitely grown fandom over time. Also in 02-03, the Oilers would play in the first ever official outdoor game for the NHL. It would be the Heritage Classic, and they would play against the Montreal Canadiens, and the jerseys being used, obviously a callback to the original 80s uniforms. 07-08, Reebok takes over the designs for the NHL, and we see a signature look here on a lot of Reebok jerseys. If you look over the history of this season when Reebok takes over, a lot of these jerseys really look the same. These are very similar looking to Florida's in my mind, a lot of other teams as well, but you got the piping going up the sides of the jersey, and then you have the half striping, very thick stripe coming through the underside of the sleeve. Navy stays as the home, and on the road you have that copper, red, and navy as well. So colors stay the same. These jerseys are not very well received with fans. The striping is very odd and kind of bland. 08-09 to 10-11, the Oilers, probably to better please their fans, maybe increase their sales, they bring in a new alternate jersey and they use their original 80s look with the royal blue and orange. And that look is a big hit with fans, and the Oilers will switch back to that look. So in 11-12 to 16-17, the Oilers introduce a white version of it in Reebok, and now they have that 80s look for both the home and away. The Navy jersey is used as an alternate just for one season, 11-12. Then in 13-14 to 14-15, they retire the Navy jersey, and now they are back to the full-time set of the 80s look. 15-16, the Oilers get a new alternate jersey, this one originally being worn in a Heritage Classic game. It's a throwback to the WHA Oilers where they would wear orange as the main color instead of blue, and the striping followed along. You also have the numbers on the shoulders instead of the sleeves. This jersey is a huge hit with fans, the nickname becoming the Orange Crush jersey, and at certain points in the 16-17 season, this jersey was being worn much more than the home, and it looked like it was going to become the full-time home jersey. And here is that jersey, first debuted in 15-16, like I said, in a Heritage Classic game against the Winnipeg Jets. 17-18 to 21-22, the Oilers would change up their color scheme, this time using navy again, but the orange being much brighter than the previous look. And here are the jerseys debuted when Adidas takes over in 17-18, these used until 18-19, and the orange jersey, the Orange Crush jersey, saw a lot of success with fans, so the Oilers thought they would have orange be the main color instead of blue for the team. The only problem being they did change up the color of the orange, having it being much, much brighter, almost a neon orange when you see it in person. And yeah, it was not received very well with fans of the Oilers and around the league. The striping and everything's nice. The navy looks very good, but that orange, just the subtle change of a couple shades, really made the difference, and this jersey was not a hit. The road jersey being very similar in striping to their 80s look, but obviously using the newer colors. Also in 18-19, the Oilers would celebrate their 40th anniversary, so in an Adidas form, the Oilers would go back to that 80s look once again, this just being worn for that season. 19-20 to 21-22, the Oilers would have a alternate jersey introduced, and this one using more of a two-tone look, so we get blue back as the main color of the jersey, this one using that navy and orange, no white to be found at all on this jersey, more of a color rush kind of look, and this one's kind of a hit or miss with certain people. I'd say it's kind of split if there's fans for it or not. We get a new logo introduced, just the Oilers logo with the that bright orange and the navy. Also in 2021, the Reverse Retro series would roll out for Adidas. The Oilers would throw back to that 80s look, this time flipping where the orange and blue would be on the striping and numbers, as well as having orange pants. 22-23. So after the couple years now of backlash of their current look with Adidas, that bright orange and the white with the navy, the Oilers would go back to the 80s look. So for the second time in their history, they switch back to that royal blue look from the Gretzky era. And like I said, if you follow along this series and see the theme, a lot of teams in the past couple of years going back to their original looks. So we get a white version in Adidas form, and then obviously the home version basically being the same as the 40th anniversary. They keep around this navy as the alternate, and this is the look from this season, and I would assume going forward. And finally, here in this 22-23 season, the Oilers going back for the Reverse Retro 2.0 series, and they used that original first ever alternate with the McFarlane logo, the oil cog, this time adding in some orange accents to take over that gray into the jersey, and it is a pretty good looking jersey here. And that is it for the Edmonton Oilers. A history that saw, one big change in it with the color scheme and some minor differences throughout, but they've practically kept it the same for a team that's been around for, almost 45 years now. Obviously, this logo is always going to be tied to Wayne Gretzky, and it'd be interesting to see what the Oilers do going forward with their uniforms. I would think they would learn now and just stick with that 80s look. This is now their second time going back to it after changing. I don't see them changing it again, but I could see them, maybe bringing back that orange crush jersey in the original orange. I think that would go over very well with fans. But that is it for the Edmonton Oilers, and thank you for watching this episode of the Jersey History Series.